Hello, I'm Sam. Welcome to Brickwall Unplugged. This is live stream number 2. I'm still brand new to this live streaming thing. The last one was a while ago. I'm definitely not sticking to any kind of schedule at this point. Today we're going to be doing some David Lynch trivia. I found myself in a bit of a trivia mood, and I figured, might as well do it on live stream in case anyone wants to play along at home. We're going to go through a whole bunch of sources here. We've got whatever this thing is, entertainment.ie. We've got a trivia quiz from The Guardian, which I didn't even know that Guardian did trivia, but apparently they do. And we've got Sporkle here. Sporkle I've done trivia on in the past. I think it's a pretty good trivia site. Lots of visual stuff on that one. And we've got funtrivia.com, which I used to play on back in middle school, and I forgot it existed until earlier this morning, which is when I got like that rush of nostalgia and being like, oh, I kind of want to do some trivia on funtrivia.com, hence why I jumped into doing this live stream here. I think we'll start off on Fun Trivia. You can see these top two are purple because I did these earlier today. One, just because, like I said, I was in a trivia mood, but also to see if the questions were any good. I want to vet them a little bit because not all trivia is created equally. These two are both, decent, but Fun Trivia is user submitted, meaning like anybody can put it up there. So it's a good chance that the other ones are not great. But we'll figure that out as we move along. Okay, so first up, I guess 10 questions about David Lynch. This is categorized as difficulty tough. Average score 6 out of 10. Let's try to beat that average. Let's see. Okay. And I'll read the questions out loud. You don't have to keep me on the screen. I'm also not really expecting anyone to catch this live because this channel is tiny and brand new, but, for the VOD purposes, I guess. Okay, here we go. Question 1. David Lynch has been nominated 3 times for Academy Awards in the category of Best Director, but never won. 2 of the films were The Elephant Man and Mulholland Drive. What was the third? I believe it was Blue Velvet. Rabbits isn't even eligible because that's not a feature film. And the other two, it's definitely Blue Velvet, I think. Okay. David Lynch has been nominated for the coveted Golden Palm Award at the Cannes Film Festival on 4 occasions. How many times did he win? Well, I know he won for Wild at Heart. I don't know that he won for any of the others, which leads me to believe that he didn't. So I'm going to say just 1, which would be Wild at Heart. It's possible he won for something else, but I think it's just 1. That's my guess. Okay, where was David Lynch born? This is the kind of trivia question. I'm not really a fan of that kind of trivia question because it doesn't really have anything to do with like the work. It's not the guy. That being said, I do believe it is Missoula, Montana, but we'll find out. That could be wrong. They did go with alliterative options for all of these just to make it a little tougher, I guess. Okay, when David Lynch's Dune appeared on network TV, who was listed as the director? I didn't know that David Lynch had his name taken off of it. I would have thought David Lynch if this wasn't a question. That being said, Frank Herbert's the author. I don't think it would be him. It could be Alan Smithy because if you don't know, Alan Smithy is the name that directors use when they don't want to be credited. It's possible that for the TV version, he went with Alan Smithy. I know that on the DVD I have of Dune, it is David Lynch's name on there. Maybe for the network TV version, he took his name off, in which case it would probably be Alan Smithy. But that's just a guess. Okay, in college, Lynch shared a room with which successful singer? Pete Townsend, Peter Wolf, Peter Gabriel, or Phil Collins? I don't know. This is a pure shot in the dark. Going to guess Phil Collins. That's a pure guess. I don't know that one. The Straight Story is based on a true story. I think so. My gut instinct is yes. I know it was based on like a spec script that Lynch found. So maybe the spec script was telling this true story, maybe not. I think it's a true story. I believe it is, yeah. Okay, the 1977 film Eraserhead is nothing short of surreal. That is not necessary to a trivia question. Lynch took 5 years to film it and eventually ran out of money. What job did he take to finance the completion of his film? Let's see, manicurist? I really doubt that. Fast food cook, paper route, Bible salesman. I didn't know he did any of these. Bible salesman is the most interesting. I'll go with that one. I don't think manicurist. I just can't imagine that. And paper route? I don't think so. David Lynch won the Razzie. David Lynch won the Razzie Award in the category of Worst Director or Boxing Helena. It's probably supposed to be for Boxing Helena. That's false because he did not direct Boxing Helena. But his daughter, Jennifer Lynch, did direct it. I actually have a video about Boxing Helena defending it because I think it's much better than a Razzie winner. That video is over on my Brickwall Pictures channel, which, if you don't know, is my main channel where I put up scripted content and video essays and whatnot. Head on over to youtube.com/brickwallpictures, and you can check out my Boxing Helena video. I also have a David Lynch tier list, which is here on the Brickwall Unplugged channel, if you want to see how I rank all his movies. I'm a big fan of the guy, obviously. Okay, Lynch as The Elephant Man had an unlikely and uncredited executive producer who was the famous comic genius that produced this film. Carl Reiner, Woody Allen, Mel Brooks, or Rob Reiner. That would be Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks directed that. Okay, David Lynch often acts in his films. I don't know if I would say often. He sometimes does. According to the credits, which part does he play in the 1974 5-minute short, The Amputee? I believe it is Orderly with Glass Eye. Pretty sure it's Orderly. The Amputee is Catherine Coulson of Log Lady fame. It could be Nurse, because I know he's like the nurse in that situation, but I think it's Orderly. I don't really remember the Glass Eye part. It's actually the Orderly part that I'm thinking of. All right, that's all 10. Let's see how I did on this first one here. Okay, we got the musician in college one wrong, which was a pure guess. The correct answer was Peter Wolf. And we got, it was Paper Route. We got his job wrong. Oh, and it was the nurse one for that last question. Unable and scared nurse. So we got 3 out of 10 wrong. 7 out of 10. Not great, but still above the average. So take it, I guess. Let's jump into. Let's do one of these other ones, then we'll come back to fun trivia. Let's do this entertainment.ie one. This one is specifically Twin Peaks trivia. I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan, but there's so much to that series, and I don't know if this is going to include the Firewalk with the movie and The Return. Probably not, but maybe. There's just so much to that series that even though I'm like a super fan of that show, there's still a lot that is like. It's a lot to keep in your head, so I wouldn't be surprised if I get a few wrong here. Okay, how did Josie Packard's husband fake his own death? That's question number 1. The answer is boating accident. It's like a boat explosion or whatever. I don't know if the check here just means that I answered or if it's telling me right away that it's correct. Let's see, I can't change the answer, so it's probably telling me that that's correct. Okay, what branch of the U.S. military did Major Briggs work for? Major Garland Briggs, Bobby's dad, worked for the Air Force, Project Blue Book. Peggy Lipton, who plays Norma Jennings, has a well-known actress daughter. Who is it? I did not know this. The options are Zooey Deschanel, Rashida Jones, or Kate Bosworth. I did not know that she had a famous daughter. Well, if I was going off appearances, she probably has the most resemblance to Rashida Jones. I guess I'll guess that, because there's a tiny bit of resemblance between them. Again, I don't know if that check means it was correct or not. I got the check. We'll see. How did Eileen Hayward come to be in a wheelchair? It's never explained. She suffered a car crash when she was a teenager, or she had a rare genetic disease. I don't recall anything in particular, which leads me to believe it's never explained. But I might just be forgetting the reason. I'm going to say it's never explained because I don't recall. Again, we got the check mark. Maybe that means it's correct. I don't know. What was the name of the hotel in Twin Peaks owned by Ben Horn? That is the Great Northern. Why was Hank Jennings imprisoned? Vehicular manslaughter, tax evasion, embezzling money, organized crime. I believe it's vehicular manslaughter. He did a lot of crimes. He was in some organized crime kind of stuff. I think it's vehicular manslaughter. I'm going to assume the check means correct, but I don't know for sure. Okay. What city was Dale Cooper born in? I think it's Philadelphia. We got the check on that. Okay. What is Log Lady's actual name? That would be Margaret Lanterman. What was the name of the brothel madam at One-Eyed Jack's? Her name was Blackie O'Reilly. Denise Bryson is David Duchovny's character, and Audrey Horne is obviously Sherilyn Fenn, one of the main characters. What was the name of the diner in Twin Peaks? That is the Double R Diner. 0 left. And we got 10 out of 10. So yeah, there we go. I mean, those are mostly pretty easy. A couple, I guess, tricky ones. The Blackie ones may be tricky, but I mean, through process of elimination, it's not. City Dale Cooper was born in. That's kind of a tricky one, I guess. Hank Jennings one's kind of tricky. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good little trivia quiz there. Okay, on to The Guardian now. Let's see. Guardian Twin Peaks quiz. The series opened with the discovery of homecoming Queen Laura Palmer's dead body. Where was it found? In the woods surrounding the town, washed ashore by the lake, or wrapped in plastic behind the lumber mill? This is a little confusing because she is wrapped in plastic, but it's ashore by the lake. So it's kind of like both of these. She wasn't found behind the lumber mill. It was by the lake because why am I blanking on that actor's name? The guy who was in Eraserhead. He was out fishing when he found him. Pete is the character. Pete Martell. So it ought to be that. But she was wrapped in plastic, which is weird that they put that in there. Yeah, so okay, that's correct. Okay, on which US and UK channels did the show originally air? NBC and BBC One, ABC and BBC Two, or AMC and Channel 4? I don't know about the UK, but I do know in the US it was ABC. So it's got to be ABC and BBC Two. And that's correct. Okay, actress Cheryl Lee not only played murdered homecoming Queen Laura Palmer, but also her doppelganger cousin. What was her name? Audrey Palmer? No. Donna Hayward? No. Or Maddie Ferguson? Yes. What was the working title of Twin Peaks? Northwest Passage. That's the name of the pilot episode, so I think it might be that. Lumber Mill, that's just a bad TV show name, so I don't think so. Or The Nightingale. I don't think it's that. I guess it could be. I think Julie Cruz has a song called The Nightingale. I think it ought to be Northwest Passage. And that's correct. Okay. Who sang I just said Julie Cruz. The next question is who sang the show's haunting theme music, and I just actually said her name in the previous question. That would be Julie Cruz. Chris Isaak is in the Fire Walk with the movie, though. I don't know who Natalie Merchant is. Those are the two options. Okay, how did David Lynch spot Frank Silva, who he cast as Evil Spear Killer Bob? He was in an Anthrax video that Lynch saw on MTV. He came into Lynch's office to fix a flickering light, or he was working as a set dresser on the show. That is the correct one. I talked about this a little bit in one of my video essays over on the Brick Wall Pictures channel. I think my video essay on giving actors freedom, because David Lynch is a very free-form process. In the spin-off film, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which musician played long-lost FBI agent Philip Jeffries? That would be David Bowie, my man, who is currently on my hat. That is David Bowie. What was the name of the town's casino cum brothel? That would be One-Eyed Jack's. The other options were the Black and White Lodge and the Red Room. So yeah, One-Eyed Jack's is the correct answer. Okay, Twin Peaks shared some shooting locations with which other 90s TV series? Due South, Northern Exposure, or Quantum Leap? It's got to be Northern Exposure. It's like the same setting, kind of. Yeah, never actually seen Northern Exposure. I only know about it due to its similarity to Twin Peaks, actually. And last up, how was creepy character Margaret Lanterman better known? The Woman from Another Place, the Log Lady, it's that one, or One-Armed Lady. It's Log Lady, of course. Margaret Lanterman, wonderful character. And that's 10 out of 10. There we go. Okay, well, we aced the two Twin Peaks quizzes. Let's go back to David Lynch specifically. The films of David Lynch. This one's probably going to be pretty easy, but let's go ahead and breeze through it anyway. Okay, we're back on funtrivia.com now. Jack Nance starred in David Lynch's first full-length feature film centered on a man named Henry Spencer. Henry lived in an industrialized world. This is a lot for the. Where's the question here? Okay, what was the title of this movie? That's all you had to write. It's Eraserhead. Okay, let's skip down. Based on John Merrick's life, that would be The Elephant Man. This guy's writing way too much. What's the name of the film? About a politician's family sent to a planet covered in sand. That would be Dune. Okay, at the beginning, Jeffrey Beaumont. That would be Blue Velvet. Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern. That would be Wild at Heart. David Lynch recreated Twin Peaks. That would be Fire Walk with Me. In one of Lynch's most peculiar films, a jazz saxophonist, that would be Lost Highway. I'm trying to get it from like as few words as possible here. An elderly man played by Richard Farnsworth, that would be The Straight Story. Lady played by Laura Herring, that's got to be Mulholland Drive. She's also in Rabbits, but that's not an option here. So, Laura Dern returns in another Lynch picture as an actress who developed feelings for her co-star. That would be Inland Empire, which I just rewatched recently, and it was even better than the first time I saw it. Fantastic. Okay, that was an extremely easy one. So let's go ahead and grab a different one, actually. Okay, that was a bit of a non-starter. Looks like this is the last David Lynch specific one on here because it's just other David stuff after this. So we've got The Weird and Wonderful David Lynch. It's ranked as tough. Average score 6 out of 10. Okay. In which Montana city was Lynch born? We saw this earlier, actually. Missoula. I don't know why that's such a popular trivia question for Lynch. I think that was one of the questions on the two that I did before I started the live stream, actually. I don't know why that's such a popular question. I feel like it doesn't really matter where he was born. Anyway, a young Lynch enrolled at an art school where excuse me. A young Lynch enrolled at an art school where he made his first short film and met his first wife. Which art school was it? Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, Massachusetts College of Art and Design, Rhode Island School of Design, Yale School of Art. Well, I think Eraserhead is set in Philadelphia, which was inspired by his time in college. So I think it's got to be Pennsylvania, but I'm not certain on that one. 1966, Lynch made his first short film. What was the title? 6 men getting sick, 5 children getting drunk, 4 dogs getting angry, or 3 women getting old. It is 6 men getting sick. I actually thought the title was 6 figures getting sick, but I guess it is 6 men. The year 1977 saw the release of Lynch's first feature film with Jack Nance. Just what was the name of the film? That's much easier than the other ones. That would be Eraserhead. I like that the other options are sort of Lynch-ish kind of movies. Tetsuo the Iron Man, Begotten, and Pi. They all have that all black and white, all experimental in nature, all pretty dark. In 2005, Lynch founded the David Lynch Foundation for Consciousness-Based Education and World Peace. This charity seeks to fund the teaching of what unusual technique, astral projection, yoga, transcendental meditation, or clairvoyance. It would be transcendental meditation. It's a very large part of Lynch's life is this transcendental meditation thing. Supposedly, it's very key to his process. There are a bunch of other celebrities who do it as well. It almost seems a little cult-like, but not quite. I don't think it crosses any like ethical boundaries. It's interesting. I mean, I'd give it a shot, I guess. I'd give it a try. The year 2006 marked Lynch's third marriage. The bride had previously collaborated as an editor and producer on several Lynch films. Who was this woman? Mary Sweeney. He definitely was married to Mary Sweeney. I don't know which number wife she was. Emily Stoffel. Mary Fisk. I think Mary Fisk might have been one of his other wives. And Peggy Lentz. The name Peggy is on Twin Peaks. I don't remember if that's one of his wives. I know he married a Mary Sweeney. I think he married. I'm going to go Mary Sweeney because that's the only one that I know for sure he was married to. That could be wrong, though. It could be one. That could have been his first wife, for all I know. Okay. In 2009, Lynch acted as producer on a film directed by Werner Herzog. What was this atmospheric thriller called? Rescue Dawn, My Son, What Have You Done? The Wild Blue Yonder, and Invincible. So those are all Werner Herzog films. Actually, I'm not familiar with The Wild Blue Yonder. I guess that one might not be, but the other 3 all are. I don't think it's Rescue Dawn. I think it is probably My Son, What Have You Done? But I'm not certain on that one. I'm going to go with that one. This one stars Michael Shannon. Invincible stars Tim Roth. Those are 2 of the slightly lesser talked about Werner Herzog movies. I'm going to guess this one. That one could be wrong. In 2010, an animated Fox show had Lynch provide the voice of a bartender. What was the show? Oh, this is, okay, I didn't know this. This will be a pure guess, but the options are American Dad, The Simpsons, The Cleveland Show, or Bob's Burgers. 2010, huh? I have to think he was on The Simpsons at some point. Maybe just as himself, though, when he was on one of these other shows as a bartender. I'm going to guess The Simpsons. I'm sure he's been on The Simpsons. In 2011, Lynch released an album of alternative rock and electronica songs. The album featured Karen O of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and Dean Hurley. What was it called? Insane Doctor Time, Nutty Professor Time, Mad Priest Time, or Crazy Clown Time? It is Crazy Clown Time. I've listened to this album. It's pretty good. I like it. I like Lynch's music. He's got a couple albums now. He also had The Big Dream, which was very Lynchian. And he had a great album that he did with Angelo Badalamenti. So it wasn't a solo album. It was obviously Angelo Badalamenti did the scores for a bunch of his things, including Twin Peaks. They had an album together, which I think is called, what's that one called? The Woodcutters something. Yeah, I don't remember. But it's a good album. The album art has like a light bulb on it, and it's all dark and black and white and stuff. Which of these was not a David Lynch movie? The Elephant Man, Boxing Helena. It's Boxing Helena. That one's directed by his daughter. Okay, let's see how I did. Missoula was correct. Pennsylvania was correct. I wasn't sure about that one, but that was right. What else we got here? Transcendental Meditation. Oh, Mary Sweeney was right. Okay, that was one of the ones I wasn't certain on. The Werner Herzog one was right. Okay, I got the animated show wrong. It was The Cleveland Show. He voiced a bartender on The Cleveland Show. Oh, he appeared in several episodes from various seasons of the show. Interesting. I did not know that. Because I have no interest in The Cleveland Show or any of Seth MacFarlane's shows. And the rest right. So we only got one wrong. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's see about... Let's see if they have Twin Peaks specific ones on fun trivia. Here's a tough ranked Twin Peaks with only a 5 out of 10 average score. Well, who was the first character to appear on screen in Twin Peaks? That's a good question. I think it might be Pete Martell. He's the one who finds the body. But I don't know if we start with that like right off the bat. It's possible... We definitely see him before we see Laura Palmer. Some part of me saying maybe we start on Josie for some reason, but that I don't know why. I don't know why that would be the case. I got to say Pete Martell because he's the one who finds her. Who does not appear in Agent Cooper's dream? I think we're talking about his like first dream. I mean, there's multiple dreams in the show, so the dwarf, the giant, Bob, or Mike. So the dwarf and the giant are both in his... Well, they're in different dreams is the thing. The giant appears when he's been shot, not actually in his like first dream. Do we consider that a dream or not? Mike is definitely in the red room with him at one point. I think it might be the giant on like a technicality because it's when he's been shot that the giant shows up. Okay, what two roads intersect with the wind-tossed traffic light that is famously associated with the show? That's a tough fucking question. Sparkwood in 21, Sparkwood in 41, Deadwood in 41, or Deadwood in 21. I definitely do not know that one. Between Sparkwood and Deadwood, I would guess Sparkwood. 21 and 41, that's just a random guess. Let's guess 41. How many brothers did Jacques Renault have? So Jacques Renault is Michael Parks on the show, or is he Jean Renault? He might be Jean Renault, actually. Jacques is, yeah, I think he is Jean Renault. Jacques Renault is the other guy, the guy who was actually there when Laura Palmer died. The guy who works at the, in the pink room and whatnot, at the Bang Bang club bar. I think he definitely has at least 2. I don't know if he has 3. He might have 3. I think it might be 3. I'm going to guess 3. I'm not 100% sure on that one, though. Okay, who was not at the Gathering of Angels? Audrey Horne, Annie Blackburn, Donna Hayward, or Shelley Johnson? What was the Gathering of Angels? Is that the name of like the beauty pageant? Is that what that is? I don't remember Gathering of Angels. The last time I watched Twin Peaks, I skipped that stretch of season 2 where Lynch was gone. So, yeah, I've seen the rest of Twin Peaks several times, but I will admit I have seen Twin Peaks where David Lynch is gone. I don't rewatch that one as often. If Gathering of Angels is the beauty pageant, I don't remember if Audrey is there. It's probably Audrey, but it could be Donna. It could be, I think Shelley's there, and I think Andy's there. I guess Audrey, but I don't know. One of the clues given by the giant is without chemicals, he blank speaks, kills, dies, or points. I think it's points. Without chemicals, he points. I like this as a trivia question, but I'm not. I could be. I very well could be wrong. I'm definitely not certain on that. Without chemicals, he speaks. Without chemicals, he dies makes more sense, like logically. But when we're talking about Twin Peaks, logic is often not the determining factor here. Without chemicals, he dies makes the most sense. But for some reason, points is like what rings a bell. So I'm gonna go with what rings a bell. How many characters were admitted to Twin Peaks Hospital in the first episode of season 2? In the first episode of season 2. Well, Cooper was shot at the end of season 1, and they find him in season 2. So he's 1. Who else, though? There was the whole thing with Andy shooting the other guy. He might be there. The guy that he shot, not Andy. Were admitted. Who else was admitted? I feel like there's an event I'm forgetting. I'm going to say the lowest number here and say 3. At Laura's funeral, the minister concludes his prayer with an amen. Which 2 characters loudly answer amen back? That one's a little... I don't think that's a very good trivia question. Let's see. I mean... Deputy Andy and Log Lady, Johnny Horn and James Hurley, Johnny Horn and Bobby Briggs, Bobby Briggs and Nadine Hurley. Well, let's see. Maybe Johnny Horn and James Hurley. Well, she was Bobby's boyfriend publicly. He might have presented that. Let's go with that. Johnny Horn and Bobby Briggs. I can see Nadine saying amen. Let's go with that. Okay. Wyndham Earl shot Earl Cooper. True or false? Oh, that should be easy. Oh, well, I think he shot him in the past, before the show. I don't think he shoots him in the show, but I think it's part of their backstory that he shot him, right? When he caught him having an affair with whoever. So I think so, in backstory, yeah. It's kind of a trick question if that's what it is. Who was the last character to appear on screen in this series? It would be Dale Cooper, laughing maniacally, repeating, "Where's Annie?" Okay, let's see how I did. I'm not too confident in that. Oh, it was Josie Packard, the first person to appear on screen. Okay, so whatever that little inkling I had that it was her first was correct. I wonder why they opened on her. Okay, the giant was correct. The Sparkwood and 21 thing was wrong, but I don't think that's a good question. How many brothers did Jock? Oh, it was 2. Okay. I thought maybe there was one that I was forgetting. I second-guessed myself there. It was Annie Blackburn who was not at the Gathering of Angels. I guess I don't know what the Gathering of Angels is. Okay. Without chemicals, he points was correct. So sticking to the gut work there. I should have stuck to my gut on the Josie Packard one too. Yeah. How many characters were admitted to the hospital? It was 5. Yeah, I don't think that's a good question either. I got the amen one right, but I don't think that one was a good question either. Wyndham Earl shot Agent Cooper. It was false. Wyndham Earl stabbed Cooper in the Black Lodge. Okay. But it doesn't mention the backstory. I think he might have shot him in the backstory. I guess I don't remember correctly enough. Last character to appear on screen is Laura Palmer. Final episode, we see Cooper in the mirror having been possessed by Bob. Yeah. During the closing credits, it is Laura's face that can be seen in a cup of coffee sitting on a table in the red room. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember the credits playing over Cooper laughing. I guess there's another image after that. So I did not do great here. I only got 3 right. Though I will say I don't think these were great questions for the most part. Okay, let's grab another one. Cast of Twin Peaks. Oh, I'm not going to do great on this one. A lot of the actors in Twin Peaks are great on Twin Peaks, and then they just like never did anything else. So I might struggle here. Who was played by Peggy Lipton? I believe that is Norma. It's definitely not Sarah Palmer. It's definitely not the Log Lady. I don't remember Evelyn Marsh. Pretty sure that's Norma. Who was played by Michael Ontkean? That is Harry Truman, Harry S. Truman. He left out his middle name, trivia quiz maker. Who was played by Machen Amick? I have no fucking clue how you pronounce her name. I know Lynch called her Madgekin, but I know that's not that's like his nickname for her. So anyway, she is Shelley Johnson. Who was played by Don Davis? Don Davis. That's not Pete. It's not Bob. Don Davis. Garland Briggs or Wyndham Earle. I actually don't know. I couldn't tell you who played either of those. I think let's guess Garland Briggs. Between those two, 50-50 shot. Who was played by Heather Graham? That would be Annie Blackburn. Who was played by Richard Beymer? I believe Richard Beymer is Ben Horn. It's definitely not these two. I guess it could be Harold, but I think that's Ben Horn. Who was played by Joan Chen? That would be Josie Packard. Joan Chen's a filmmaker, if you didn't know. She has directed a few movies after. I don't know if she acts anymore, but I think she's still directing stuff. Who was played by Sherilyn Fenn? That would be Audrey Horne. Who was played by Billy Zane? That is Jack Justice Wheeler. Who was played by David Duchovny? Denise Bryson. That's right. Who was played by Laura Flynn-Boyle? That would be Donna, though she was recast with Moira Kelly for the Fire Walk With Me movie. So, but this is another show. Who was played by Jack Nance? That would be Pete Martell. Jack Nance, of course, is also Henry in Eraserhead. Who was played by Kenneth Walsh? Oh, that is Wyndham Earle. So now I'm more confident in the other one because I do remember, now that I see his name written out, I know that he's definitely Wyndham Earle. Okay. Who was played by Phoebe Augustine? I think that is Ronette Pulaski. That's a bit more of a deep cut than some of the other ones, but I think that's Ronette. Who was played by Dana Ashbrook? That would be Bobby Briggs. I will say his performance is the one that grew to impress me the most upon rewatch. Every time I've rewatched Twin Peaks, including The Return and the Fire Walk With Me movie, his performance always gets like a little stronger than my like initial impression of it. I don't think you can say the same about a couple other actors on the show. Who was played by Miguel Ferrer? Rest in peace, Miguel Ferrer. Yeah, he was Albert Rosenfield, rather. Who was played by Cheryl Lee? That's, of course, the one and only Laura Palmer and Maddie Ferguson. Who was played by Frank Silva? That is Bob. Who was played by Piper Laurie? That is Catherine Martell. Who was played by David Lynch? That would be Gordon Cole. And he is wonderful in that role. Who was played by Eric DeRay? Eric DeRay is, I think, it's Leo, right? Yeah, Leo. Who was played by Catherine Coulson? That would be Log Lady. Who was played by Kyle MacLachlan? Dale Cooper. Who was played by James Marshall? That would be James Hurley, a James playing a James. Who was played by Grace Zabriskie? That would be Sarah Palmer, who was also great in Lynch's Inland Empire. She's got a kind of a small scene in that. She's really good. Okay, I think we might have 100% on this. Let's see. There were a couple I wasn't certain on. Let's see. Looks like they're all right. Yeah, we got 100. Okay, there we go. I didn't expect to do that well on it, but yeah. Twin Peaks of the characters. This might be pretty much the same thing that we just did. So, it's a little different. Okay. Which female singers featuring Twin Peaks? That would be Julie Cruz. What is Deputy Hawk's full name? Is it Tommy Hawk or is it Tommy the Hawk Hill? Let's go Tommy the Hawk Hill. Okay, the one-armed man is known to some by Mike, known to some as Mike, I think they need to say. What other names does he go by? He also goes by Philip Girard, the one-armed man. How many siblings does Donna Hayward have? I think just one. There might be multiple. She has a younger sister. Nadine Hurley was missing one of her eyes. Which one was it? Okay. I never really like trivia questions like these. It feels so, I was going to say trivial, but that would be ironic. Okay, which eye is it? I got to picture her face. Which eye is she missing? The screen left, I think. So her right eye? Her right eye, I'm going to guess. But I mean, it's a 50-50. How did Nadine lose her eye? It occurred during a fight between her and Norma. Big Ed shot it out. Car accident, or she fell on a rock during her honeymoon. Interestingly, I think this is one of those details where there's a discrepancy between the TV show and Mark Frost's book, The Secret History of Twin Peaks. I think Mark Frost actually writes out a different reason. I know there's some discrepancies regarding Nadine and Big Ed in that book. I think it's Big Ed shot it out, but I think I recall something about Big Ed thought that he shot it out, but actually it was something else. It could have been fell on a rock, because something about a rock rings a bell. But I think it was like Big Ed shot a BB gun and it ricocheted or something. Something like that sounds familiar. I got to go with that one. I'm not sure on that one, though. To whom does Dale Cooper talk on his recorder? That would be Diane. Who does Lucy choose to be the father of the baby? It's got to be Andy. I know Dick Tremaine is the other guy, but Andy's the. Who did Audrey lose her virginity to? Jack Justice Wheeler, Bobby Briggs, Dale Cooper, James Hurley. I think it's Justice Wheeler. She flirts with Cooper, but that never actually happens. And then I don't think she ever had anything with Bobby or James, unless I'm forgetting. Laura Palmer and Maddie Ferguson are portrayed by the same actress. What was her name? That is Cheryl Lee, and I believe it's spelled like that, with the S-H, or Y. I could be spelling that wrong, though. Okay, let's see. How did I do? What did we get wrong? Oh, what? Donna Hayward has 4 siblings? Oh, okay. At the end of the series, we find out that Donna's biological father is Benjamin Horace. Therefore, Audrey and Johnny are her sibling. Okay, well, that's like a step sibling thing. That's not. Okay. But she did have 2 real sisters, so I got it wrong anyway. Yeah, there were 2. Okay, I remember there being 2 now. I can remember there being 2 now. Okay, Nadine Hurley was missing her left eye. I don't care about that one. Oh, Big Ed shot it out was correct, though. That's good. Okay, that's it. We got the other ones right. So 8 out of 10. Pretty good. We got above the average. Let's see. I don't really care about these quizzes that are like about one specific episode. I mean, I'll do the pilot, but let's see. What are the questions here? Who discovers Laura Palmer's body? That's Pete Martell. A group of potential investors are staying at the Great Northern Hotel. What country are they from? I think they're the Norwegians, right? That's what rings a bell for me. The Norwegians. I think that's right. According to Shelley, what is the likely reason for Heidi, another waitress, being late for work? Jump-starting the car, jump-starting the old man, jump-starting the van, jump-starting the truck. These are the kind of trivia questions I don't like, where it's like such an arbitrary little thing, and the options are all like basically the same. Jump-starting the car. Like, see, that's a stupid question. Okay, who is the first person we see being questioned regarding Laura's murder? Jacques Renault, James Hurley, Bobby Briggs, Leo Johnson. I think it's probably Bobby because he's the boyfriend. Makes sense to start with him. I guess it could be James. Maybe it was like because he was the last to see her or something. And I think Bobby wasn't in school that day, so maybe it took them longer to get a hold of him. That might be why. Because Bobby skipped football practice, but that's probably Bobby. And I know they questioned him in like the school library at first. Whereas I don't know if they questioned him at school or only at the station later. I'm going to go Bobby Briggs. What is the name of Ed Hurley's gas business? That is Big Ed's Gas Farm. What is the name of the hospital where Agent Cooper and Sheriff Harry Truman first meet? Calhoun Memorial Hospital, Calhoun Hospital, Twin Peaks General Hospital, Twin Peaks Memorial Hospital. I don't know. Probably Twin Peaks General Hospital. That's a guess. I guess it could be Calhoun. I don't know. That doesn't stick out to me. What letter does Cooper find underneath Laura's fingernail? So I know he's spelling out Robert, not Bob, Robert, the extended version. So it could be any of these. These are all letters that are in the name Robert. I think it's an R or a T. It's one of these two. And I don't know which. R or a T. There's two R's in Robert. Twice as okay, let's go with Robert, or with R. I think it's an R, but it could be a T. He also finds a letter under the previous victim's fingernails, the one who's in Fire Walk with Me. So maybe he finds an R under her fingernail and finds a T under Laura's. I'm not sure. Okay, who has the other half? Well, so here's the thing. Who had it in the pilot? Because it changes hands a bunch of times. Like Dr. Jacoby has it at one point. James Hurley has it at one point. I think Bobby has it at one point. I don't think Donna or Audrey ever have it. Actually, Donna might. I think Donna and James bury it together. So I think they both have it at one point. Probably James in the pilot. It could be Bobby. Yeah, I don't know. At the town meeting, Cooper explains that Laura's murder is similar to another case, the murder of Teresa Banks. And that's who I was trying to think of for that previous question, Teresa Banks, yeah. This took place a year earlier in which corner of the state? I don't remember that. Southwest. That's just a random guess. Okay, when discussing the local wildlife, what kind of rabbit does Truman tell Cooper he probably saw? A lop, cottontail, snowshoe, or bobtail? I definitely don't remember what kind of a rabbit Truman tells Cooper he probably saw. Let's go with snowshoe, random guess. Okay, these were not great questions on this one. Let's see, jump-starting the old man was that first one I got wrong. The name of the hospital was Calhoun Memorial Hospital, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay, so I got the rabbit correctly just by random guess, and I got Southwest by random guess. Oh, James was right for Hard Pendant. Yeah, so I guess he has it in the pilot. Right? Yeah. The two of them bury it together. That's what makes it tricky because Donna and James bury it together, and then the gloved hand that unearths it is Jacoby, I believe, because then he hides it in a coconut. Right? That's what happens. Maybe we should switch over to Sporkle at this point. Jump over to Sporkle. David Lynch movies. Can you name the feature films directed by David Lynch? That sounds a little too easy choice. So that makes it a little trickier. We've got Eraserhead. We've got Elephant Man. We've got Dune. We've got Blue Velvet. We've got Wild at Heart. We've got, I'm trying to see if I can do them in order, but now I'm lost on the order. I think the next one is Lost Highway. Nope, I missed one. What did I skip? I skipped, Fire Walk with Me, of course, yeah. Fire Walk with Me, 99. Mulholland Drive I'll do, which is the 2001 one, and then we got Inland Empire. Which one am I leaving out? 99. What do I not have here? Straight Story. There we go. Yeah, pretty easy. Word Ladder, David Lynch films. I don't know what word ladder means. '77 debut, Eraser Blank, so head. And then what am I creating something with the next thing? Oh, it's like the one letter change, so it goes from head to here. Panic or fright, fear. And this is lame. This is not engaging trivia. Okay. Missing word directed by David. So this one might not just be David Lynch. This is probably it's other Davids. We got David Fincher, Zucker, I guess is one of the Zucker brothers, David Lean, David Yates, who I'm not familiar with, David Dobkin, that I'm not familiar with, and then David Lynch. So, okay, Fincher, we have Fight Club, Panic Room, Social Network, go with the Dragon Tattoo, David Lynch with The Elephant Man, Wild at Heart. Sparkle's more visual, so if you're just listening, this one's a little harder to play along with, I guess. Blue Velvet, David Zucker, Top Secret, right? Ruthless, not familiar with that movie. The Naked Gun, An American Tale, An American movie. I don't know that movie. An American Pie. David Lean, okay. Bridge on the River Kwai, Lawrence of Arabia, Doctor, how do you spell Shivago? Shivago, there we go. And A Passage to India. David Yates, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince. I guess David Yates is the fucking Harry Potter guy. I didn't know that. The Legend of I don't know that one. David Dobkin. I don't know who the fuck David Dobkin is. I see Wedding, but I guess that might be Wedding Crashers. I spelled Crashers wrong. Okay, it's that guy. So Shanghai, probably Shanghai Noon or Nights. Yeah. Stool Pigeons. Or no, that's not what I mean. What's it called? Clay Pigeons. Yeah, with Vince Vaughn, I think. And then Santa Claus. Oh, Fred Claus, because he's obviously working with Vince Vaughn a whole lot. I don't think I know the others. The Legend of Blank from David Yates. There's so many Legend of movies, and I don't know who David Yates is. So, okay, how do I reveal the answers? How do I? Oh, here we go. Ruthless People, never heard of it. An American Carol. Not familiar with that one either. Okay, and The Legend of Tarzan. They did a Tarzan in 2016. I missed that altogether. Was that a live action remake of the animated one? I've stopped paying attention to all those ones. David Lynch by plot description sounds a little too easy. Best 10 David Lynch movies. We just did all of his movies, so it's going to be too easy. David Lynch casts. Let's see what this one is. Oh, no, that one looks boring. David Lynch director Minefield. What is this? What does a minefield in trivia mean? Oh, it's to pick the movies he made? Okay, this is easy. Bang, done. That was like 9 seconds. Easy peasy, okay. David Lynch movie slideshow. Okay, so we got images this time. Let's see, this is Elephant Man. This looks like Inland Empire. This looks like Lost Highway. This could be Inland Empire again. Oh, maybe not. Okay, what is this one? It's all fuzzy. I guess that could be Laura Herring on the TV. Is this Mulholland Drive? Oh, it's very grainy, which makes me think Inland Empire, but it's not that. Now let's skip that one and come back to it. I don't know if they're repeating movies or not, or if it's one and done. Rabbits. Okay, so it might be a short then. Here's Mulholland Drive. Blue Velvet. Oh, that is short. Okay, so this is the amputee. Okay, so that one I'm skipping is probably short. Wild at Heart. The Straight Story. That's Alvin and his wonderful mustache. This is Fire Walk with Me. And Dune to round it out. Okay, so the one that I skipped is probably one of his shorts then. Oh, it says on there, 1990 TV movie, Laura Dern, Nicolas Cage, Julie. Well, Laura Dern and Nicolas Cage is Wild at Heart. But it's not a TV movie. I don't know that I knew they did a TV movie together. I might not have seen whatever this is. Let's see what it is. Industrial Symphony #1, The Dream of the Broken Hearted. That's not a TV movie, is it? I gotta Google that. Industrial Symphony #1, David Lynch. Yeah, the short. Okay, 50 minutes. I guess 50 minutes maybe counts as a TV movie. Oh, avant-garde concert performance. So okay, so it's mostly a music thing. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. Industrial Symphony #1. Okay. That was a fun one. David Lynch keywords. Can you pick the David Lynch movie based on some keywords? Lawnmower, hitchhiker, deer, journey, brother. It's got to be the straight story. Saxophone. I mean, just saxophone. I know it's Lost Highway. Gramophone, rabbits, prostitutes, circus, screwdriver. That would be Inland Empire. Desert. That's Dune. Mutant, chicken, radiator, factory planet, Eraserhead. Robbery, Elvis. That's got to be Wild at Heart. Kidnapping, Ear. That's Blue Velvet. Surgeon, Freak, Psalm, Asphyxiate, Hospital. Elephant Man. Angel, Diary, Ring, Painting, Cocaine. That is Twin Peaks. And then last one's Mulholland Drive by process of elimination. The Sporkle ones are maybe a little too easy. Let's see if I can find a tougher one. The Lady in the Radiator. That is Eraserhead. So this is character name. Which movie are they in? Dorothy Valens. I would guess Wild at Heart because of Dorothy and the whole Wizard of Oz connection, but I'm not sure. Okay, that was wrong. Mystery Man, that's Lost Highway. Nikki Grace, I think is her name in Inland Empire, Laura Dern's character, or one of her characters, I should say. Henry Spencer, that's Eraserhead. Sailor Ripley, that's Wild at Heart. Special Agent Dale Cooper. Twin Peaks, there's 2 Twin Peaks listed here. Okay. Baron Vladimir Harkonnen is Dune. Laura Palmer is the other Twin Peaks. Bobby Peru, that's Wild at Heart as well. That's Willem Dafoe's character. He's the highlight of that movie for me. John Merrick is the real Elephant Man. Actually, I think the actual guy's name is something else Merrick. I think he changed the first name for some reason. Frank Booth is Blue Velvet. Frederick Treves. I'm not sure about that one. Let's skip it. Paul Atreides, that's Dune. Diane Selwyn. Diane Selwyn. It's not Elephant Man. It's one of these two. Which one is it? What else do we have? Frederick. Okay, so we've got Frederick Treves, and Diane Selwyn. Diane Selwyn sounds so familiar. Which is it? So let's go with Blue Velvet's probably wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. Okay, and then Frederick is Elephant Man. So we got, what do we? Oh, Dorothy Valens. Right. Yeah, okay. That is Blue Velvet. I should have known that. And then Mulholland Drive, Diane Selwyn. Okay. It's a little trickier than the other ones. Can you name the actors who have featured in more than 2 David Lynch movies? Cryptic clue plus number of movies. What? Jace, Frey, Cayenne? What is this? I don't understand what this one is. Let's not do that one. These are all pretty easy. Let's look for a Twin Peaks one on here. Let's Sporkle. Ultimate Twin Peaks trivia. Okay, name of the diner, the Double R. First 2 words spoken. Maybe she's dead? Nope. First 2 words spoken. It's you. I don't know the first 2 words. Laura's dead? She's dead? Just guessing. Julie Cruz has come up a lot in these. Okay, population of Twin Peaks. I don't know the exact population. I think it's like 21,408, something close to that, I think. Obviously, it's not actually correct. I don't know. Who wins Miss Twin Peaks? I thought Annie. Yeah, okay, Annie Blackburn. What's the name of Cooper's assistant? That's Diane. What year did Twin Peaks first air? Well, the series started in 1990, but the pilot, just the pilot, aired in 1989. So I don't know which one they want. I'm going to say 89, and they don't want that. So it's 90. Okay, who is the town chess champion? Well, Wyndham Earle is the chess guy. I don't know if they're calling him the town chess champion or if he's, coming from out of town. Wyndham Earle. I might have spelled Wyndham wrong. The town chess champion? It's not Pete, is it? It is Pete. Okay. What day of the week does the first episode take place on? I know Cooper says it into his radio. I feel like Tuesday. No. I mean, I can just type in all the days of the week since there's no Friday. Oh, Friday. It is Friday. Okay. What is the name of the soap opera? Oh, that's a good question. See, that's a good trivia question. It's what's it called? The soap opera on TV as time goes by. Is that what it's called? That might be a real soap opera. As time goes, no, it's not that. Okay, that's probably a real soap opera. What's the soap opera called? Something of something. Oh, I can't remember. That is a good trivia question, though. I should know that. Maybe I'll come back to that one. What is the name of the secret society? I'll guess that they're talking about the Bookhouse Boys. Yeah, okay. Who was the first victim of Bob? His first victim. You count Mike as a victim? No, you don't. Okay. His first victim? Well, there's another one that changes, like, depending on the canon, because in the Secret History of Twin Peaks, or maybe it's in this Twin Peaks: The Final Dossier, I think they give, like, more background on that. And there's this whole thing about, like, there were Boy Scouts, and one of the Boy Scouts got, like, infected by Bob or whatever. So I think it depends on who you're looking for. They'd be, like, the first victim on the show, because they might want, like, Teresa Palmer. I mean, not Teresa Palmer. Teresa Banks. Teresa whatever. Whatever the fuck. Okay. What sport does Nadine star in? Oh, this is the stupid part of Twin Peaks. I think she started wrestling, right? Yeah. What are Leo's first words after his coma? It's something weird, right? Like happy birthday or something? No. I don't remember. What was in Pete's percolator? A fish. Name of the Twin Peaks movie. Fire Walk with Me. Who did Laura tutor? I think Johnny Horn. Yeah. Name of the food critic. I don't remember. I guess I remember a food critic. A lot of these questions are the season 2 episodes that I skip on rewatch. Name of Ben Horn's brother, Jerry. Ben and Jerry. Name of the casino, One-Eyed Jacks. Name of Wyndham Earle's wife. I don't remember. I guess the wife that Cooper has an affair with, but I don't remember her name. Yeah, I can't remember. Name of Horn's hotel, the Great Northern. What animal does Cooper not like? Well, I mean, the owls are like the big symbol, so I guess it could be the owl. Yeah. That was the next question. What are not what they see in the animals? What animal does Cooper not like? I don't necessarily remember him not liking a particular animal. I mean, there's lots of with birds. It is birds, okay. Name of the adult magazine. It's Flesh something. Flesh World. Is that right? Yeah, Flesh World. Who killed Waldo? I believe that is Leo. Yeah, he shoots the bird. Waldo's the bird. Name of the child Andy and Dick look after. I don't remember the kid's name. I hated that part of the second season. Who played Gordon Cole? That's David Lynch. Major Briggs' first name. His name is Garland Briggs. Who played John Justice Wheeler? That is Billy Zane. Okay. So the one that I'm still trying to think of is the name of the soap opera. Oh, I can't think of it. I can picture the like title card that's on screen a bunch of times. That's on the like little TV screen. I can't think of it though. I could probably think of how if I sat here for like 30 minutes, I could probably get there. But I'm not going to do that. I think I got to give up on this. Oh, man. Okay. I should also know first two words spoken. I've seen the pilot enough times that I should know that. Okay. First two words were gone fishing. Okay, don't remember that. Population of Twin Peaks, 51,201. Okay. Oh, Invitation to Love. Yeah, that's it. Goddamn, Invitation to Love. Yeah, I could have got there. Theresa Banks. I thought I typed in Theresa Banks. Oh, you know what I did? I typed it with an H. Or I just said it and didn't type it in. That might have been what I did. What are Leo's first words after his coma? New shoes. Okay, yeah, I didn't remember that. M.T. Wentz is the name of the food critic. Wendy Merle's wife is Caroline. That's not a bad question. Yeah, I just got the one wrong. Name of the kid was Nikki. I don't care about that part of the show. Okay, well, that was an hour of David Lynch trivia. I think that's where I'm going to end this stream. Hope you enjoyed, played along. Most of these were not that difficult. They were relatively easy trivia questions, I would say. Well, anyway. Yeah, I might do more trivia in the future. I think I'm probably going to do a like Tarantino trivia video, and then maybe just like general movie trivia, not tied to a specific director. I think we'll get harder questions that way. Is the other thing. But anyway, that'll be for the future. So thanks for tuning in. If you did, head on over to Brick Wall Pictures, my main channel for the scripted, more polished content, and I'll see you there. So long.